In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, the Truthful, and the Most Just. May Allah's Salaam Alaikum. I sincerely hope that everyone is feeling tolerably well and at peace. And we are happy to and thankful to be able to meet with you once again for a congregational prayer service. We are coming into so much understanding now of the purpose of all of the people uh, around the earth having representation here in America. We are, for eons, millions of years, the there has been a problem that has plagued the inhabitants of the earth. And that problem has been the disunity of man. Never have we been able to bring about the unity of man. Yaqub fixed it where we could sit down and really have a talk with ourselves. You know, it's not a one of us sitting in here, if you be truthful, that haven't had some time when you was by yourself was talking to yourself. Well, I know if you're old enough, you done did it. That's human nature. And, you know, you question yourself about certain things. Now, why in the world did I do that kind of thing? Yaqub fixed it where we could literally sit down and talk to ourselves. When you talk to a Chinese person at Bandana, we'll put it like that, because even though we call ourselves by the name of the place that we come from, well, that's just to identify which one of us you're talking about, which part of the human family you are referring to. But, you know, we are, when human beings converse with each other, we are actually conversing with another part of ourselves. And we have not been able to bring ourselves under one mind. Hence, we didn't have one God. We had many gods. Do you do you understand? And so, you know, there are many people, like farmers when they plant fields, you're always going to lose some. There's no there's no way around that. You just can't. That's why even when the Holy Quran says that none will burn in the great fire, but the most unfortunate. I mean, certain 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 minds just can't. They're like uh, just don't have what it takes to expand. And so we think um, many of us saw in Captain America that fellow was saying that, well, I won't get into that with you, but it's just most of the times people think people of, of unlearned minds, they think wisdom is foolishness. And, and it just, the book says, these people of this world think the wisdom of God is foolishness. We daydreaming or something. This ain't no dream. This is about to become reality. I'm just telling you, this is what's going to happen on the earth. This wasn't set up for no joke and play. This was set up to show you that humanity actually can become one. And for a little while, that's what happened here. The first automobile wasn't no Lincoln Continental, wasn't no BMW, wasn't no Cadillac. It was a Model T thing that didn't even have no windows, and you said it was a wagon with a motor. But when they got that first one there, they kept on working on it. Until today, you riding around here in electric cars. Smooth ride, you can't even hear noise on the outside or something. They perfected that thing. And now all they do is just reproduce them. Change the outward appearance, but the main thing is we've learned to perfect things. We learn how things come into being. You have to get that first one there. And that's what we're about to do. We're about to perfect humanity. Complete humanity. I remember the messenger said, to see the hereafter is something to be prayed for and greatly desired. And that is there ain't gonna be no more dissatisfaction on the planet. It's just gonna be peace and more peace. That's what it's gonna be. And we know how to make that happen. You can't a person can't be at peace when they feel hindered. There is no, there's no thing that is going to be uh, withheld from us once we get righteous. Everything that, as Prophet Muhammad said, that all we will have to do is each believer will just desire something. And Allah will ask, is it anything else you want? And whatever it is, they will have it. And that's how we will make progress. Because certain of the things that we will want, others hadn't thought about. And when we see it, we say, oh, that's nice. I got an idea over here. And we'll just keep on making just progress. Progress in right doing. Because the former things that we wanted to do won't even come into our minds. A peaceful mind is an orderly mind. So, and cleanliness goes hand in hand with godliness. You know, but you can't see a person rolling around in filth and expect them to clean up just like that. Yeah, it has to be, you have to reason with them. And you have to realize that that's all they know. When you understand that that's what they know, then you can't understand it if you didn't know it. So there again, most of what is written, matter of fact, all of that is written, it wasn't in there for no joke, you know. So I'm thankful that I understand through experience what people go through. That's why I can counsel them and get a good result if they follow my counsel. And if they don't follow my counsel, that's not my fault. And even then, when you get the result, I teach them that my counsel is better. This world, people are just doing whatever they feel like doing. They worship all kind of gods. But if you come up on the judgment day with a religion other than Islam, it's not going to be accepted. Because you had a chance to do it your way. And look at the shape that the world is in. You can't say that you got the way you are by reading these books because you didn't understand these books. You got the way you are by leaning on your own understanding of things. Some of you all make the mistake of even coming back to me trying to reinterpret my teachings to me. How many times have I told you that every statement has more than just the connection that you got out of it. It has many more meanings. And you have to recognize that just because we say one thing in one situation, that does not apply across the board. It applies to the situation that we used it in. It's just like when we talking in English. You hear me use the word see you and that kind of thing. See, that has many meanings. You have to see the context in which it's being said, and then you know probably which meaning that I had in that. The very language that we speak proves that it's authored by the God. Because you look in the dictionaries of the English language and you see that words, just the word a, just one letter. Look at all the different meanings they have for it, depending on how it's used. You don't find no words in the English language that just have one meaning. And you don't find any thoughts that come from God that have only one meaning. The meanings change depending on the situation. And in some situations, you can't even apply that thought. So then, when Jesus was talking to Peter and explaining some things to him, and Peter started talking, interpreting Jesus' words and saying, "No, that came." And Jesus told him, "You get behind me, Satan. What are you doing?" No, you think you understand, but you don't. And you just don't run ahead of me thinking that you can take what I say and start applying it in your own way. That don't work. My thoughts ain't yours. Do you understand? Now, I'm trying my best to go slow with you and let you keep up. So if you pay attention and stay behind me, you will keep up. But you know how mothers get in the store sometimes and shopping and the baby right there? If you don't teach your baby to follow you and obey you at home, then what will happen is when you tell them, okay, you stay behind me, you'll be shopping. And when you look for your baby, they won't be there. Next thing you know, they on the back of some truck somewhere. Have you seen this child? You know, unenlightened minds are easily distracted by what goes on around them. You know, you you have to. I'm not telling you that you should not be mindful of what goes on around you. But what goes on around you, you have to learn also how to prioritize. Prioritize means what's more important, that which is going on around you or that which has your attention currently. That's why we are given peripheral vision. And there is no computer that's equal to the brain of man. We process information faster than any computer could, especially when we are in our right state. Because a computer does not reason. We do. When they talk about a computer processing information, that's actually a misstatement, because a computer does not think, therefore it does not process. You know, but that's a philosophical argument, which I don't care to get in with people who put so much stock in what computers are capable of. You know, I don't. You know, you know, which is greater, the creation or the creator? But anyway, we want you to remember, always remember where you came from, so that it don't apply to you. Surely man is ungrateful. You understand? Okay. So we don't think we are big eyes. We think we are little U's, not big eyes. Okay. All right. Okay. That sometimes we make the mistake of thinking that we need to remind our parents that we are grown. You don't need to remind somebody who knew you before you knew yourself what you are. Do you understand? You need to be reminding yourself of who you're talking to. Am I clear? All right. So I have a lot of things that I want to share, but not today. I can't do it right now. It's too long. And this is for prayer service. This is not, but I was just giving you a kind of heads up on what's coming down the pike. You know, I'm always just over anxious to get up and teach, because I'm always curious as to what's next. So, you know, Allah told me, he said, when you will be brought before rulers, kings, and give no thought over what you shall speak, for in that same hour, it will be given you what to speak. And he have not failed. You know, I ask different ones of you from time to time, what you thought about last night's meeting or your last meeting? You know, I say, oh, it was good. I say, yeah, I enjoyed it too. You know, it's always good. I remember we had a saying, what's going on? Oh, it's all good. that's what we used to say. Allah's word is all good. I remember the messenger, he didn't have to say that the Bible is all truth. He said it like this. He said, the Holy Quran will live forever. And he said, why? He said, because it have truth in it. And I will not say that it's some truth, it's all truth. When he said that, that told me what the Bible is. so, so, and it also told me who I am. That when he, the Spirit of truth, is come, he will guide you into all truth. So, so that's what I do. I guide you into where you find the truth that's in there that you couldn't find. You know, I have a message tomorrow that it would do everybody, especially in America, but throughout the earth. It would do them all well to hear me, because Allah is about to sweep the earth. And he's about to remove everybody that don't like it. Oh. One of the first commandments that is written is, thou shalt have none other gods before me. Huh? And I cleared, excuse me, some of the meaning of that up for you. As I told you, like a lot of times people say, well, he keep clearing his throat, keep clearing his. If you talk as much as I did, if you wasn't clearing your throat, you wouldn't be talking. You'd be hoarse. That extra mucus on my vocal cords is what keeps me from getting hoarse. Allah put that in my system to function like that, to keep that corrosive effect of water from messing with my vocal cords. Or have you not noticed that my voice is always clear when I'm speaking to you? And that's what keeps it clear. And sometimes it gets a little built up and I have to clear my throat. That beats stand up here, just sounding like mumbles. Oh, y'all don't know nothing about mumbles, do you? That was from a cartoon a long time ago called Dick Tracy. And but anyway, so it's much that I'm here to share. And, you know, it's nice to know. It's like the poets, they wish that they had known. Because even Solomon, he said all his vanity. Even to him, everything appeared to be just the wicked and the righteous. They both meet the same end. So what is this? But Allah does not do anything in vain. That's why he's the best knower. The purpose, you know, the purpose of things. Everyone that is told to do something, oftentimes we tell our children to do things and we don't tell them why. And it's not that they don't be inquisitive as to why. They just know they got to obey. Do you understand? But it's sure nice, you know, when somebody stops sometime and just say, this is why so and so and such and so and so. And, you're about to be told why all of this was done. Wasn't done as no, like the poet said, life is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Well, that's what he got out of it, you know. I mean, people fight wars and they be talking about they fighting over this or fighting over that, and even when they call themselves done won, don't nothing change. They just go at it again. It's like it's like football. Yeah, I mean, we got the championship. Next year they lose it, and it just keep going on over and over. And everybody got some little temporary enjoyment cause they on top. Well, just cause you on top today, sooner or later, I don't care how bad Ali was, he got knocked out. Somebody else took it. So what? Vanity. In vain things always end. But the scripture says, of the increase of his government and peace, there shall be no end. I think you very foolish not to want to be part of that. Allah done showed you again and again. I was telling you last night, you're going to be a slave. This going to happen. This was said thousands of years ago. It happened. I will send you Elijah. It happened. Satan shall be loosed out of his prison for a little season to go out and deceive the nations. He got out of Europe because he was bottled up in there because he thought that he'd fall off if he sailed out too far. He was loosed out of there and he went out and deceived the nation. It was done. And you still ain't got no faith. I pity you. Because I make things very plain. And if you don't have faith, you can't follow me. The minute you start second guessing me, you stop following me. So don't lose your faith. Lose your faith, and it's like game over. You get out there and go too far with that referee, you out of that game. Yeah, you don't trust his calls and all that kind of stuff, and then you voicing all that to him with the authority he has. Your coach will tell you, hey, shut up. If your coach, you got a smart coach, he'll come grab you before that referee say you out of here. Now, you've had examples of the things that the scripture teaches you. That's why I remind you. You don't get forward in the presence of Allah and his messenger. Don't do that. You'll be all right. You don't have to wonder if we care about you. We the one went all over the country looking for you to bring you out of the place that didn't care about you. Even I will go and search for them. That's what's written. You have to admit, I came to the place where you was. And I still drives all around. and I go wherever I am invited. And I don't charge you for it either. And stop coming up to me when you know you needed something and you went and got it when I okayed it. Unless I gave you a blank check, I don't need you to come back and tell me how much something costs. If we couldn't afford it, I wouldn't have told you to go get it. And you don't have to do that. You're not, you know, I don't want that. You don't always have to come up to me telling me. If I want to know what something costs, ask you up front. But if you tell me that this is something you need or whatever, and I say, okay, go on and get it, well, then that means I'm not worried about what it costs. Okay? This is our money. Am I clear? Okay. You know, this is our money, not my money. And if it's necessary, if it's needed, that's what the money is for. You know, and believe me, I'm not going to let nobody waste our money. We have uh, money to get what we need. We can't get everything we want, but we can get what we need. And what we want, once we get our heads on straight, we'll get what we want. Okay? So Allah given us according to what we uh, can handle. This world thinks that they're supposed to have everything they want, and they just ruin. They even made songs about it. Be careful what you ask for, you just might get it. Yeah, that's yeah. Most people are not careful of what they ask for because they don't know. They really don't understand what they're asking for. All they know is they want it, but they don't see what comes with it. So we want you to be wise. So get to class like you're supposed to and pay attention. Then you will soon realize that the only one you really should be worrying about is yourself. So let's stand and have prayer. Hut, chant, hut. Original salute. Ready front. Prayer position. Allah is the greatest. Allah is the greatest. Allah is the greatest. Allah is the greatest. And I bear witness that I know of none who deserves to be served or worshipped beside thee. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, all holy praise is due and be to thee, O Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful Master of the Day of Requital. Thee do we serve, and thee do we beseech for help. O Allah, please continue to guide us and keep us on the right path and way, the straight path and way of thee and those upon whom thou hast bestowed thy favors. not the crooked paths and ways of Satan and those upon whom thy wrath is or will be brought down, nor the foolish paths and ways of those who go astray or who are led astray, even after they've heard and been given the true understanding of thy holy word and teachings. Truly, I have again turned myself to thee, O Allah, striving to be totally upright, to thee who originated the heavens and the earth, and I am not of the polytheists. Truly my prayers, my sacrifices, my life and my death are all for thee, O Allah, the Lord of the worlds. No associate hast thou, and this am I commanded, and I am of those who submit. O Allah, thou art the King. I know of no God but thee. Thou art my Lord, and I am thy servant. I have been greatly unjust to myself, and I confess my faults and weaknesses. So please grant me and my true followers and family continuous protection against all of our faults and weaknesses. For none grants protection against faults and weaknesses but thee. And guide us to and instill within us the best of moral character and thoughts. For none can guide us to and instill within us the best of moral character and thoughts but thee. And turn us away from and remove from us the evil and indecent moral character and thoughts. For none can turn us away from and remove from us the evil and indecent moral character and thoughts but thee. And O Allah, we beseech thee for thy help and ask thy protection. And we believe in thee and we trust in thee. And we seek thy help to laud thee in the best manner, and to never be ungrateful unto thee, and to cast off and to forsake him or her who is disobedient unto thee, and to remove from ourselves all things that are displeasing unto thee and beside thee. And O Allah, please continue to guide us among those whom thou hast and wilt guide aright, and preserve and perfect us among those whom thou hast and wilt preserve and perfect, and befriend us among those whom thou hast and wilt befriend, and bless us in whatsoever thou dost grant to us, and deliver us from the evils of what thou hast judged. For surely thou judgest, and there is none that can judge against thee. And truly, he whom thou befriendest is not disgraced. And O Allah, please keep us in our right minds at all times, and let us not be or turn hypocrites or cowards, and remove from us the evil state of mind and thoughts of devils, and place within us the righteous state of mind and thoughts that are in accord with thy uprightness and righteousness and truth. And save us from the hell that thou hast promised the devils and their followers. And grant that we not only see the hereafter, but live with thee therein. Amen. Attention. Hut. Original salute. Ready front. You may be seated. I remember a sister came to our circle for a little while, and she was from Chicago, and she had shared a few things with me. Um, and she said once the messenger stood up and told the people, he said, "Don't let my children lead you to hell." That's messengers said. I say to you, Don't let your children lead you to hell. Am I clear? All right. You know, you only responsible to teach them right. You ain't responsible to make nobody do nothing. You can only make them do stuff when they little, like these. When they get grown, pretty soon they tell you what they're gonna do. Is that right? No. If you raise them right, they will honor you, even when they get grown. You know, and even so far, you can only go there. You can advise them. You stop ordering and you start giving advice. You understand? You know, the problem with that can trip up some of mine is when I not only can I advise them as my followers, I can order them. You see, that's that's the difference. And I'm a different kind of parent. You see, because you know because I'm their leader and teacher, just like I'm your leader and teacher. You know, you don't apply what applies to other parents to me because it don't. Other parents ain't got the responsibility to save you. I do. And as my teacher said, if you follow me, I will take the blame. You know, the devil, you follow him, he deserts you. That's what he gonna do. He ain't gonna tell you. He wasn't following me. That's what he'll tell you. Well, I don't say that. If you do what I said, I'll take the blame. You see? You know, so that is that's the promise I make. You see? So, then just follow my instruction. You know, and you'll be all right. Any questions? Treat each other right. That is like you would like to be treated. I don't say treat each other like they treat you. You'll be miserable if you go through life treating people like they treat you. You'll be like the people out here. They think they're excused from obeying Allah because somebody else didn't obey him. Remember, Allah even asked Iblis, why didn't you submit when I commanded you? I commanded you to do it. Huh? That's it. That says it all. And he told him, you get out of this state. You can't be I'm not going to let you be at peace and disobeying me. Get forth from this state. It is not for thee to behave proudly therein. The messenger said, Allah doesn't like proud people. He said, and I don't either. And you know I don't like. I mean, that's one thing I just can't stomach is proud people. You hear people come in here. You don't heard people come in my meeting talking yang to me, and I tell them, coming in here acting like you something equal of mine. I gave you all a chance to prove you was my equal by telling you if you think you know a lot better than me, let me question you. You didn't do that. So don't come in here acting like you some equal of mine. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know what I go through. So don't you only see what you see when you passing through. You don't travel with me. You don't see everything I see. You certainly don't hear everything I hear. So how could you know everything I know? Then what qualifies you to make judgments about things you have no knowledge of or people? Just be yourself, and I'm gonna be myself, and we get along fine. Okay? You know, treat each other if you can't comfort a person when they not feeling well, leave them alone. Your day coming. You better quit running around looking for somebody drowning that you can pour some water on. You hear me? You don't pour water on a person that's already drowning. You throw them a life preserver. If you can't jump in there and pull them out. Am I clear? Always looking for somebody that you can bring some bad news to. I don't walk around bringing bad news all day long. And I don't go around putting your business all in the street either. You ought to quit. Why you need to go around seeing what you can dig up to make people feel bad? Don't do that. And stop telling your business. I'm going to tell you again, stop telling your business to everybody. You tell it to me and don't tell nobody else. Once you done told it to me, I'm going to tell you what to do about it. I'm going to tell you don't worry about it no more. You think I could be at peace if I didn't know how to put stuff down that bothers me? I'm telling you how to be at peace. I don't walk around just carrying stuff. When it gets too heavy, I get to the point where I can't function with it. I just put it down. I didn't think over that for a while. Let me leave that alone, because I'd be done went off on somebody if I should. So I put it down. It's not that I'm not aware. I just am aware that I ain't got no business letting myself walk around with a stinky attitude all the time. But like you know you don't want to walk around stinking. So you wash a lot of stuff off. You go and put you some deodorant and stuff on. You entertain the better angels of your character, of your nature. You know, stop listening to the lower angels. You see, your angels is your thoughts, just like my angels is mine. And mine happened to be Jesus, Moses, David, and Solomon. Those are my teachers, and their thoughts is in my head. So all of the holy angels are with me. And we are helping you to battle them lower angels and overcome them. Every time I share their words, then I'm sending them to help you. Do you understand? They'll help you. They'll help you fight the good fight. Instead of in the way of the devil, you'll be fighting in the way of Allah. You don't repel evil with evil. You repel the evil that's in you with goodness. You can kill all them evil thoughts with kindness. You understand? Just be kind. Sometimes kindness dictates that you fuss at them. That's what you're doing when you're showing your child kindness when you fuss at them and straighten them out. It's better than leaving them like that, making them think they right when they ain't. But you know that you can only go so far because your authority only goes so far. Never exceed your authority. Do you understand? Okay. So we are, and make sure when it comes to each other, you tell me. And after you done told me, don't worry about it no more. You'd be surprised how you can be at peace when you ain't got to worry about nobody but yourself. If that was your job, when you take somebody to the doctor, you just sit down there and read a magazine while they in there, and you ain't worrying about it. You done took them to whose job it is to worry about it. You just brought them there. Once you did that, that's out of your hands, huh? And ain't you glad? So sometimes you ask, what he say? You do better. Don't even ask nobody what. Don't be telling people what I said to you. You saw the Matrix? What happened when they came out of talking with the Oracle? What he told you was for you. Because I'm going to tell you something. You better stop trying to turn people against me. I give you the medicine that you need to help you. You don't need to be trying to give no medicine. Give the medicine I gave you to somebody else. And if I hear about you doing that too many more times, I'm going to ask you out from among us. You know, I'll ask you, why are you here? A doctor, he can't go discussing your health with other people without your permission. Huh? And he don't even ask you for your permission to do that generally. Because if you wanted them to know that, they wouldn't have had to come to him. They've been out there with you. How come they don't ask you? Right? Okay, well, I'm not going to go putting your business in the street. If it's out there, I try to fix it where it don't harm you. when I say something about it, you know, I'm not gonna help nobody mess your reputation or nothing up. I ask them what business is it yours? That ain't your follower, that's my follower. And I tell them, you ain't telling me something I didn't already know. And you know, it's a lot of things that you know, I know that people don't know I know. But I know not just that, I know how we got like we got. It wasn't all our fault. No. You know, you take your patients as you find them. When we worry about, you know, what led up to it, other than, uh, you know, is there somebody else out there I need to be looking for to treat too? Do you understand? So you don't, you know, you don't do harm. You don't do harm to people. So y'all just remember, treat each other like you want to be treated. I know everybody ain't gonna live up to that, but like I said, just don't you be in that group that don't live up to it. Okay? You know, yeah. All right. Any questions? Well, may Allah bless us all and keep us safe. And we will get into America's destiny tomorrow and what Allah allowed it to come into being for. You know, you gotta, we need to know. Everybody need to know. And just remember something. That which God does, you a fool to mess with. You bring your own self to a miserable end. Look at those who thought they could get rid of the new nation, get rid of the nation of Islam. They didn't do nothing but what the messenger said they was gonna do. Took it down, yeah, to almost nothing. Now it's being rebuilt. Well, that's what you do when you. I remember we took that house, Brother Morris, Brother Onim, Brother Calvin. You remember when Katie and them came there and looked at their house? When one wall was left standing up. We took that house all the way down to almost nothing. And because that was the only wall that was fit to still be there, and the rest of them didn't work. And so, but now look at it. So we remodeled it, rebuilt it. Yeah. And so likewise, the messenger said, he said, I won't lose one follower. Well, and he didn't. He didn't lose one. So, so now we are doing it, and it's going to be done right. You will follow Allah's word. That's the new constitution. So, just like the interpretation of the Constitution comes from the Supreme Court, The interpretation of the Constitution still come from the supreme being. That's right. That's that's what we have here, and we we are happy to be here to do this with you. For it's written that he that sitteth on shall dwell among them. That's right. You want anything done right? Don't send nobody. Go yourself. The Lord himself shall descend. That's what the book say. All right. But before he do, Elijah had to come and prepare the way for him. Okay. So, be kind to yourself. That's all you're doing when you be kind to other people. You actually being kind to yourself, not running your blood pressure up and stuff. You're doing yourself a favor by not running your blood pressure up. Do you understand? Okay. So, may Allah's Salam alaikum.